Hello friends, today I want to talk about why almost all accountants in Montenegro accept payments not in cash, but via bank transfer from the account of the company they serve to the account of their own company. Well, maybe except for some beginners who are servicing 10 or 20 companies. Why is that? What's the reason? At first glance, it might seem illogical. Clients are happy to pay either in cash or by transferring from their own account. For the most part, it doesn't matter to them, they pay however you say. At the same time, if you accept payment from a company's account to your company's account, you become obligated to pay taxes in particular, you pay VAT, you pay corporate income tax, and directly the dividend tax. In other words, a whole bunch of taxes. Clients, in turn, also pay VAT. So, accordingly, accounting services become 21% more expensive for them. What's the point at all? Why do this if people are willing to give you money under the table? Just take the cash and don't worry about it. There are actually two reasons. First, a trend has started among inspectors. Some kind of inspection comes. And when you have quite a few companies, they happen more or less regularly, but they ask different questions, both simple and complex. One of the questions that comes up quite often is, show us where this company paid you for services. What, they never paid you? Are you servicing them for free? So let's check another 200 companies you have and see. Maybe you're servicing all of them for free too, and you end up in a situation where you could get into a lot of trouble. That's it. The second reason is that in some sectors in Montenegro, you can earn money under the table. Not in all of them, by the way. For example, in retail or food service, if you live in Montenegro or have at least visited, you'll notice that in restaurants they always issue a receipt. It's the same in stores. But in the service sector, it's still possible to operate without paying taxes. But it turns out that you earn some money, and it's absolutely useless to you because, first of all, you can't spend it well, at least not on any major purchase like an apartment or a car. If you buy something expensive, they might ask you where you got the money. And what are you going to say? The second reason is that this money you earned under the table can't even be deposited in the bank, in principle. That is, the banks will also ask, you've already deposited 10,000 this year, and now you've brought in another 5,000. Where did you get the money? That's it. So it turns out that you kind of have money, but if someone is working under the table, there's no real use for it. Because you can't spend it or put it in the bank, you end up having to mess around with all sorts of nonsense, like investing in some kind of cryptocurrency, keeping it in electronic wallets, and so on. In my opinion, it's simpler. It's simpler to just pay your taxes and sleep soundly. In Russia, back in the 90s, there was an ad that said, pay your taxes and sleep peacefully. Now, as far as Montenegro is concerned, I think the time has come when it's really worth living, honestly. That's all from me. Goodbye, everyone.